you think it's normal for a 3-year-old to just casually talk about his old life?
Yes, I absolutely think this is normal. Many kids remember some of their past lives normally just when they're young, and then as they get older, it kind of fades away. So it's like so cool that you're getting to experience this right now. I'm gonna let you guys listen to her story. She talks about what he tells her, and then she does a follow-up where there's like a video of him talking about part of his past life, which is so cool. Watch.
Do you think it's normal for a 3-year-old to just casually talk about his old life? Because this has been going on for well over a year now. And the first time it happened, we were out in a field, and my husband was in the tractor, and we were just standing there. My 3-year-old, well, he was 2 at that time, he said, "Oh, my mom ran over my foot with her pickup." And I was like, "Miles, I've never ran over your foot with a pickup. What are you talking about?" And he goes, "No, not you, my old mom." And so I was like, "What?" And he goes, "Yeah, my old mom ran over my foot with her pickup." And so I was just like, okay, that was weird. And then like fast forward a month later, my sister got in a little fender bender. So I think he figured out what a car accident was. We were talking about car accidents, things like that. And his eyes kind of just like light up, and he's like, "Oh, my sister died in a car accident." And I was like, "Miles, you don't have a sister." And he goes, No, my old sister. My old sister died in a car accident." And I was like, okay, that's weird. That's another one. Probably the second time. And this just casually happens every month or so. And my husband's grandma got sick and she had to go to the hospital. So we were telling the boys, like, "Yeah, grandma's not doing too good. She's in the hospital." And Miles just said, "Oh, that's not good. My old mom died in a hospital." And every time this happens, whoever I'm with, we just kind of like look at each other like, "Oh, that's weird." And it's gotten to the point where he said so many things. Like he said he's seen Jesus. He talks about his old dad, how his old dad was really tall. He talks about how his old mom had red cows. And I asked him, like, Herefords? And he was like, "No, they were all red." And so I showed him a picture of a red Angus cow, and he's like, "Yeah, my old mom had red Angus." And so it's just like a thing now where my oldest, or Miles will say something about his mom, and then my oldest will be like, "Oh, like our mom or your old mom?" And he either says like, "Oh, our mom," or "Oh, my old mom." But it's just like so casual to him, and it's just like been going on for a long time now. So I don't know. Is this normal? I'm going to go ahead and make a little part 2 about this because I got a lot of comments like that, and I never really ask him questions. If he says something, I just go along with it, but I don't really push it because I don't really know what to believe. But last night I asked him, "Miles, do you remember your old name?" And he was like, "No." I'm like, "Okay, well, do you remember where you lived?" And he goes, "Yeah, Sydney." And Sydney's right down the road from us. It's where I grew up. And so I was like, "Okay, well, do you remember what your house looked like?" And he said, "Yeah, it was a red house." And then he said this.
I wonder where that red house is.
It's at Cindy.
Sydney? It'd be cool if we could find it.
But it's broken.
Oh, what happened to it?
I saw the bad guy in my wet house, and him sue all of my family, and him sue me, and now I'm alive.
Oh my gosh.
So when he said, "And now I'm alive," that kind of caught me off guard. I went down a little rabbit hole last night looking up the history of Sydney, and it's wild. Like, it was a town along the way during the gold rush. And then in 1867, the railroad was built, and that's where Sydney's history really took off, it seems like. So at this point, it became a boom town, and it was a wild boom town. So when I was reading about it, I found from 1876 to 1881, it had over 1,000 criminal cases along with 56 murders. And that's the ones that they recorded. So his story of someone coming into his house and shooting him and his family isn't as far-fetched as it could have been, you know? But he did go on to tell me that when the bad guy came in, his dad tried to shoot him back, and then the bad guy hid behind his door, and just like crazy little details about that. So now I don't really know what to think, but it's just weird and wild. I don't know.